But what do you see are some of the key factors that make the growth in Moncton sustainable, right? How, I talked to a lot of investors that were interested in Moncton, let's say a few years ago, but it felt like, it's the gravy train already gone, right? They're always, I wish I invested, back in 2019, 2020. And they're looking at, okay, is the growth in Moncton, was that just a fluke? Or is it something that's going to continue to grow? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's loaded and love it. I do think that there's still room for growth when it comes to real estate in our region. I just think that the biggest increases in the average real estate here in Moncton has already gone by for sure. And I think that's for most of Canada. We see a lot of investors now looking at Alberta because, when prices are to get into entry level homes in areas like Calgary compared to Moncton, then if they have the ability to, I don't blame them. Much healthier, financially healthier province with Alberta right now. And like I said, if I didn't have a great real estate business, then maybe I'd be looking at it myself. But so when it comes to what would keep the growth momentum here in Moncton, I think there's a lot of things. I'll start with just saying that the way we are geographically located, being so close to Quebec, Halifax, Fredericton, St. John, Prince Edward Island. This gives companies a great opportunity to be able to move product throughout East Coast and Quebec at a much better cost. And just to add to that, for the first quarter of 2020, there was a very large increase in building permits issued in the city of Moncton. So last year we saw 22.5 million in permits between January and March 23. This January to March 23, it was $56.5 million, which was much more than double from last year. And 56% of that permit volume came in commercial and industrial projects. So, I mean, a lot of people are rolling the dice on Moncton right now. So I think that between that growth and those job opportunities, as well as, TD Corporate Center having a large facility here, Walmart distribution, Organigram, one of the largest marijuana producers in the country. And then, we're also surrounded by a lot of very profitable fishing communities. So I think that it's not just Moncton, it's also people that have no problem raking in the money in smaller communities and then coming to Moncton to spend it. I spoke to someone that's in the management at Costco. They just broke 100 members at the Moncton store with and so that's just, that's a majority of the population of Greater Moncton, right? So I think they've also talked about the potential of a business center for Costco. So from what I understand, is that would be a store where, business owners would go there instead to purchase their bulk items for their stores and storefronts. So yeah, I think that's definitely what's going to help us grow. The other thing I think too is if you focus on, us being probably second to Halifax in the East Coast. Halifax's industrial park, from my understanding, is just maxed right out. Cost of land is absolutely insane. It's getting high here, but we still have options to open up shop, and I feel like we're geographically located in a better area. So I wouldn't be shocked if you see some companies in Halifax wake up to Moncton. And I know they might have spent a lot of money to build a suit or whatever the case may be in Halifax, but it may make sense for them to sell off, make a big chunk of money to a company that has to have Halifax and come here to Moncton and set up shop.
Yeah, on my side, that's really good insight regarding, the building permits. 56% came from commercial and industrial projects. That just screams like so many job placements and opportunities. So I think that's really, really valuable insight. On my side, I have a few short-term rentals and a few room rentals as well. So I always make an effort, trying to understand what my tenants are looking at, like why they ended up in Moncton, right? All the way from like India, from Philippines. And they're telling me, Atlantic provinces, they're easier for them to get their PR. It's a faster process. And that, they've done their research. They know, the typical, destinations like Ontario, the cost of living is way too high. The quality of life is not there.
Mm-hmm.
And so the smarter, immigrants are more savvy. They've done their research. They're choosing New Brunswick over, for example, Brampton, Ontario. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that paired with the local growth, you're 100% right. I definitely don't think the gravy train is gone. So I love your answer to that. Thank you for that.
Thanks, man.